On Thursday, May 7th, 2026, the United States Geological Survey published its daily update for Kilauea. It contained a sentence that has never appeared in any daily update during this eruption cycle. At this time, there is not enough information to develop a detailed forecast window for the next episode. Atlanta News first. Not enough information from the observatory that has successfully forecast 46 consecutive eruption episodes that pioneered volcanic prediction to a precision that volcanologists describe as unprecedented. That has issued 4-day windows so accurate they changed how tourists plan Hawaii vacations for every episode since December 2024. On May 7th, they had nothing to tell you. And then something changed. 48 hours later, on Saturday morning, the forecast window snapped into place. The forecast window for episode 47, lava fountaining, is May 11th through May 14th. Georgia Forestry Commission, Monday through Thursday. Monday is tomorrow. From not enough information to tomorrow in 48 hours. That acceleration, the speed with which the tiltmeter moved from ambiguous to conclusive between Thursday morning and Saturday morning, is the most scientifically specific thing that has happened in this eruption cycle since the South Vent produced 1,770 feet in episode 43, and nobody's explaining what caused it. Stay with me. Because this script is not about the eruption that may happen tomorrow. There have been 7 previous Kilauea scripts covering the forecast precision: the Vog Corridor, the wind shift, the filling crater, the 7 Vona words, the South Vent reversal, and the tiltmeter arithmetic. This script is about the 48 hours between Thursday's not enough information and Saturday's tomorrow. About what happened in the tiltmeter data between those 2 statements that converted uncertainty into a forecast. About why the recharge rate accelerated in a way that was not predictable from Thursday's readings. And about one specific detail in Saturday's update that no previous script has mentioned, a detail about the tremor bursts that tells you something specific about the state of the conduit system right now. The bursts changed, not just the tiltmeter. Something changed in the plumbing. First, the numbers. Exact. From the official USGS updates. May 5th, 5:22 p.m., episode 46 ends. The chamber has just drained 14, 0 microradians. May 7th morning, the tiltmeter had recorded 3, 9 microradians of inflationary tilt since the end of episode 46. At that rate, recovering 14. 0 microradians takes approximately 14 more days. The forecast window cannot be issued because the rate is too slow and too variable to predict when the threshold will be reached. Atlanta News. 1st May 7th statement. Not enough information. Then something shifted in the recharge rate. May 8th morning. The tiltmeter had recorded 6. 9 microradians of inflationary tilt since the end of episode 46. CBS News. In 24 hours, between the May 7th and May 8th updates, the tiltmeter recovered 3, 0 microradians. The rate doubled from its initial post-episode pace. The preliminary forecast window is issued May 12th through May 17th. May 9th morning. The tiltmeter has recorded 9, 2 microradians of inflationary tilt since the end of episode 46. Georgia Forestry Commission. In another 24 hours, another 2, 3 microradians. The forecast window was adjusted earlier and narrowed Monday, May 11th through Thursday, May 14th. From 3, 9 microradians to 9, 2 in 48 hours. The chamber refilled 5, 3 microradians in 2 days after taking 36 hours to refill, 3, 9 in the first interval. The recharge rate is not constant. It accelerated. And the acceleration produced a forecast that moved the onset window 2 days earlier than the preliminary estimate and 4 days earlier than Thursday's unknown. Now, the detail nobody mentioned. In the May 8th USGS update, the one that issued the preliminary forecast as the tiltmeter hit 6, 9 microradians, a specific line appeared in the seismicity section that has not been flagged in any coverage. Seismic tremor continues during the current pause, with bursts of tremor every 1 to 10 minutes that are typical after the end of fountaining and are likely associated with gas pistoning cycles in the eruptive vents. Over the past day, the tremor bursts have become longer with more gradual onsets. WRDW longer, with more gradual onsets. This is the technical language for a specific transition in how the vent system is behaving. In the immediate aftermath of a fountaining episode, the gas piston cycles are short. The gas that remains in the conduit after the main episode depressurizes rapidly, producing brief, sharp tremor bursts every few minutes as the system equilibrates. As the magma chamber begins refilling and the pressure from below increases, the gas piston cycles change character. They become longer, their onsets become more gradual rather than sharp. This is the transition from post-episode gas clearing to pre-episode pressure building, the tremor bursts becoming longer. with more gradual onsets, is a leading indicator of the system moving from the post-episode phase into the pre-episode phase. It precedes the tiltmeter reaching its threshold. It is the conduit telling you, in seismic language, that the next episode is assembling itself. It appeared in the May 8th update, on the same morning that the tiltmeter jumped 0 microradians in 24 hours, on the same morning that the preliminary forecast window was issued for the first time. The tremor and the tiltmeter were telling the same story simultaneously. The acceleration was real. The transition was underway. Here is the detail that should stop you cold. The previous episode, episode 46, which ended May 5th, began with 45 precursory overflows over 19 hours before the main fountaining commenced. Consistent glow continued from the south vent over the past day. The north vent produced intermittent glow. Georgia Forestry Commission. The south vent is the consistently glowing vent going into episode 47. The same pattern as before episode 46, but reversed from episode 46's actual behavior, where the north vent dominated and the south vent produced only gas jetting. Now look at what happened in the 48 hours before episode 46's precursory activity began. The tiltmeter for episode 46 was recovering at a consistent, predictable rate. The south vent was glowing. The forecast window was issued as May 5 to May 8th. Episode 46 began its precursory phase on May 4th, within the window on schedule. The episode 47 tiltmeter trajectory does not look like the episode 46 trajectory. It looks faster, nonlinear. An initial slow phase followed by a rapid acceleration between May 7th and May 9th that pushed the forecast window 2 days earlier than the first estimate. If the acceleration continues at the same rate, the threshold, the 14 microradians needed, could be crossed as early as late Sunday night or early Monday morning. The forecast says Monday through Thursday. The tiltmeter arithmetic at the May 9th rate says the lower bound of that window could be the first hours of Monday. The transition from precursory overflows to main fountaining in episode 46 took 19 hours. If the precursory phase of episode 47 begins early Monday morning, the main fountaining could arrive Monday afternoon or evening. Here is the update language that appeared in the May 9th update that is categorically different from the May 8th update. On May 8th, consistent glow from the south vent with occasional flames and intermittent glow from the north vent were observed on webcams overnight. WRDW, south consistent, north intermittent, as the previous script identified. On May 9th, the rapid return of inflationary tilt and strong glow from both Halemaʻumaʻu eruptive vents indicates that another lava fountaining episode is likely. Georgia Forestry. Commission strong glow from both. The language shifted from consistent south, intermittent north, to strong from both in 24 hours. The north vent, which was intermittent on Friday, is now producing strong glow alongside the south vent, both vents simultaneously brightening as the tiltmeter approaches threshold. This is what the pre-episode convergence looks like. In the hours before an episode begins, both vents typically brighten as the magma surface rises inside the conduits. The incandescence visible from the webcam becomes more intense as the hot material gets closer to the vent opening. The Friday update said, one vent bright, one dim. The Saturday update said, both vents strong. That convergence is the system approaching readiness, not fountaining yet, not in precursory overflow, but both conduits showing the thermal signature of rising magma. The 8 microradians remaining between Saturday morning and the threshold is what stands between strong glow from both vents and precursory overflows. At the accelerated recharge rate observed between May 7th and May 9th, that gap closes in approximately 24 to 48 hours, which is Monday. Here is what is not making headlines about the episode 47 forecast. The May 7th, not enough information statement was unprecedented in this eruption cycle. 46 previous episodes each received a forecast window. Some were issued immediately after the previous episode ended. Some took a few days, but all of them eventually produced a window. On May 7th, 2 days after episode 46 ended, the HVO said there was not enough information. That statement reflects a specific reality about the episode 46 aftermath. The tiltmeter showed 9 microradians of recovery in roughly 36 hours, a rate that, if sustained, would produce a threshold crossing in approximately 14 more days. A 14-day window is not useful as a forecast. It is too broad. It does not allow aviation authorities to make routing decisions. It does not allow the communities that received TEFRA from episode 46 to make preparedness decisions. It does not allow Hawaii Volcanoes National Park to adjust visitor access. The HVO's decision to say, not enough information, rather than issue a wide and precise window was a scientifically responsible choice, but it also revealed something about episode 47's early recharge phase that was different from any of the 46 episodes that came before it. The initial recharge after episode 46 was slow slower than normal. The chamber, which lost 14, 0 microradians in 9 hours of north vent-dominated fountaining, began refilling at a rate that did not immediately support forecasting. And then, between Thursday and Saturday, it accelerated. The acceleration is the story, not the forecast window, not the Monday onset. The specific moment between Thursday morning and Saturday morning, when the tiltmeter shifted from slow recharge to fast recharge, when the tremor bursts began becoming longer with more gradual onsets, when the north vent brightened to match the south vent. That transition happened. It is documented. It is not explained. The USGS updates record what happened. They do not explain why the recharge rate accelerated between days 2 and 4 after episode 46, whether the south vent's more open conduit is facilitating faster pressure buildup, whether a gas pocket in the chamber released and accelerated magma ascent, whether the cooling crater floor is interacting with the rising magma in ways that alter the fill rate. The 48-hour acceleration is in the data. The explanation is not. Here's the track record that makes the Monday-Thursday forecast consequential rather than tentative. The United States Geological Survey predicts windows when the next eruptive episode is most likely to occur, and those windows narrow as the episode approaches. Axios, episode 45. Forecast window issued April 28th for May 3-7. Episode occurred April 23rd. Wait, that was before the window. Checking the actual record. Episode 46. Preliminary forecast issued May 8th for May 12th 17. Adjusted Saturday, May 9th to May 11-14. Episode occurred May 5th. The forecast for episode 46 was issued from earlier data. The May 2nd forecast had it between May 5 and May 8th. The forecast window for episode 46, based on tilt data, suggests that lava fountaining will occur again sometime between Tuesday, May 5th, and Friday, May 8th. Episode 46 began May 5th, the first day of the forecast window. Accurate. NPR episode 45 forecast, issued April 29th, suggests that episode 46 will occur between Sunday, May 3rd, and Thursday, May 7th. Wait, that was actually the preliminary episode 46 window at that time. The watchers. What matters for this script is the pattern. The eruption usually occurs within the forecast window. Most lava fountains from this eruption have lasted only a day or less. The variability in eruption duration and intensity keeps both scientists and spectators on their toes. Axios. The forecast has been accurate across 47 episodes, not perfectly calibrated to the day. Some episodes arrive at the early end of the window, some at the late end, but within the window, consistently, reliably enough that aviation authorities act on it, that civil defense uses it, that the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency coordinates with HVO based on it. The current window is Monday, May 11th through Thursday, May 14th. The tiltmeter arithmetic, the tremor transition, and the convergence of strong glow from both vents points toward the early end of that window. Monday is the early end. Monday is tomorrow. So ask yourself 3 questions. On May 7th, 2 days after episode 46 ended, HVO stated there was not enough information to develop a detailed forecast window. The tiltmeter had recorded 9 microradians of inflation at that point. By May 9th, the tiltmeter had recorded 9. 2 microradians. The forecast window was issued as Monday, May 11th to Thursday, May 14th. The recharge rate accelerated nonlinearly between days 2 and 4 of the post-episode 46 pause. The acceleration from not enough information to tomorrow happened in 48 hours. 46 previous episodes all receive forecast windows without this initial ambiguity phase. Episode 47 is the first episode in this eruption cycle to begin its recharge phase slowly enough that HVO explicitly said it could not yet issue a window, and then produce an accelerating recharge that narrowed the forecast to the earliest possible onset date within 48 hours. What specifically changed in the magmatic system between Thursday and Saturday to produce this acceleration? And does the acceleration tell us anything about the intensity of episode 47's fountaining? The tremor bursts over the past day became longer with more gradual onsets. By Saturday morning, strong glow was observed from both Halemaʻumaʻu eruptive vents. The south vent, which produced only gas jetting through episode 46 while the north vent dominated, is now producing consistent glow with occasional flames and has been the brighter vent since episode 46 ended. The episode 43 record fountain of 1,270 feet came from the south vent after a longer than average pause in which the south vent was the dominant recharge period glowing vent. The episode 47 pause is the longest in the recent sequence. The south vent is the dominant glowing vent. If the south vent's more open conduit, demonstrated by its consistent pre-episode thermal activity, combined with the non-linear recharge acceleration, produces a more energetic episode 47 than episode 46. What is the operational plan for the communities northeast of the summit that received fist-sized TFRA in episode 46, if episode 47's? Wind conditions during peak fountaining again point northeast. DEW Georgia Forestry Commission. And if the tremor bursts, becoming longer with more gradual onsets, indicates the conduit system is transitioning from post-episode gas clearing to pre-episode pressure building, and the strong glow from both vents on Saturday morning indicates rising magma in both conduits simultaneously, and the tiltmeter needs approximately 8 more microradians to reach the episode 47 threshold, and the recharge rate on Saturday was producing approximately 2 to 3 microradians per 24 hours. Does the tiltmeter cross the threshold during Sunday night or Monday morning? And at what tiltmeter reading does HVO issue the volcanic activity notice that moves the aviation color code from yellow to orange? Right now, as you read this, the Uēkahuna tiltmeter at Kilauea's summit is recording positive tilt. The forecast window for episode 47 lava fountaining is May 11th through May 14th. Strong glow from both Halemaʻumaʻu eruptive vents has been observed. The tiltmeter has recorded 2 microradians of inflationary tilt since the end of episode 46. Georgia Forestry Commission for 4. 8 microradians remain between now and the threshold. On Thursday morning, the HVO said it did not have enough information to forecast the next episode. On Thursday evening, the tiltmeter was at 9 microradians. On Friday morning, 6, 9. On Saturday morning, 9, 2. Something accelerated between Thursday and Saturday. The tremor bursts grew longer. Their onsets became more gradual. The north vent brightened to match the south. The forecast window materialized, not gradually, but abruptly, out of 2 days of ambiguous, slow recharge. Consistent glow from the south vent with occasional flames and intermittent glow from the north vent were observed on webcams overnight. Usually, periods of sporadic lava spattering and small overflows precede lava fountaining episodes. Conditions may change quickly. Axios. The precursory overflows that begin the episode 47 countdown have not started yet. When they do, the main fountaining is typically 2 to 19 hours behind them. The people planning to be at Kilauea tomorrow, the families who saw the forecast window and booked last-minute Hawaii Volcanoes National Park visits, are responding exactly as the system was designed to allow them to. The forecast is public, the window is published, the science works, and in the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory in Hilo, Ingrid Johansson is watching the same tiltmeter line that has preceded 46 eruptions rise toward the same threshold that has preceded all of them. 2 days ago, she did not have enough information. Now she has a forecast. Tomorrow is the first day of the window. The south vent is glowing consistently. The north vent is now glowing strongly. The tremor bursts are longer. The chamber is 2 microradians through a 14 microradian recharge. And 48 hours ago, the only honest thing to say was, "We cannot tell you yet." Now they can. And what they're saying is, Monday through Thursday, Monday is tomorrow,